Now, using the kinetic energy formula, we're going to calculate kinetic energy. Remember, M stands for mass, V stands for velocity. So, what is the kinetic energy of a wagon? So again, I'm going to go in and underline. I'm looking for the kinetic energy of the wagon with a mass of 12 grams rolling down a hill at 8 meters per second. So I need to take a look at my units. I know that mass is measured in grams. I know that meters per second has to do with velocity. So I'm going to go ahead and plug into my formula the elements that I have to solve my problem. So I have kinetic energy equals 1/2 times my mass, which is 12, times my velocity squared. Now, I know you all know how to use the order of operations, but sometimes we get confused on this. We see all of these parentheses and assume that we should go ahead and multiply all of these together first. But this isn't the case. Since there aren't any specific equations within these parentheses, we're going to go ahead and skip that part. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to square our 8. Now, if you square your number correctly, you should end up with 64, because 8 times 8 is 64. So, another way that I can write my 1/2 so that I can put it in the calculator is 0.5. So I have 0.5 times 12 times 64. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just solve across. I have my calculator out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to time 0.5 times 12. 6 is my answer. And then I'm going to do 6 times 64. And there you have it. My kinetic energy is equal to 384. But remember, let's put our units on here. So it's going to be 384 joules. Let's do another problem. So, a truck with a mass of 155 kilograms is speeding down a highway at 86 meters per second. What is the truck's kinetic energy? So again, I'm going to use that same kinetic energy formula. KE equals 1/2 mv squared. And now I'm going to start plugging in. Remember, this is my mass, and this is my velocity. So I have KE equals 1/2 times my mass times my velocity squared. Again, we don't have really real specific formulas hanging out in our parentheses, so I'm going to go ahead, and I actually need to turn my calculator to the side. I'm going to go ahead and do 86 squared, and I get 7,396. Now, if you don't have a square key on your keyboard or your calculator, you can always just do 86 times 86, and you get the same answer. So again, I have 1/2 times 155 times 7,396. Now, I'm going to times my 1/2. Do you remember what 1/2 is in the calculator? If you said 0.5, you'd be correct. So 0.5 times 155, we have 77.5 multiplied by 7,396. And there we go. My kinetic energy is 573,190 joules. That seems like a lot of kinetic energy. Maybe our guy in the truck should slow down. Refer to this video if you're having trouble solving for kinetic energy.